Hello again and welcome to July Real Estate Market Update. June and the first half of 2023 were incredible, and I want to start this market update with my message of gratitude to all of my clients for the trust and the referral they put in me. This June broke price records, not only June's records but all of the records. Do you want to know the details on how detached homes, semis, row houses and apartments perform this month? Well, stay with me for this 10-minute market update and I promise you, you won't get disappointed. Like I said, June 2023 is officially the highest selling June on record. Last month we did it, and this month we did it again. And we succeeded with 3,146 sales or 205 sales per day pace. Not only that, but June ended up outselling May's total. This is different from the last year and from the most of the years because May tends to be our peak selling month for the year. And for the reference, last May we sold 3,063 homes and then it dropped to 2,847 homes in June, which is about 7% drop month over month. This means that the buyer demand continues to drive our market, further building on the momentum we have had experiencing for the entire 2023. You remember this graphic, and it shows the net interprovincial population gain and international net migration to Alberta in the first quarter of this year, being at the record highs. This sort of influx of people takes time to settle. Many enter the rental pool initially and then transition to home ownership. It is this growth story that has been compounding for years and continue to fuel the needs for housing in our province. It is also the part of the reason we know Alberta's buyer demand will continue, as the stats is not forecasted to change for years and years to come as people continue to move to our province of Alberta. With Q2 behind us, I fully expect that to see another set of statistics that shows this rate of immigration continuing. And we also have the youngest demographic in the nation, further fueling the long-term trajectory of our housing demand. Demand like this cannot be ignored even by the hardcore Greater Toronto and Greater Vancouver fans and armchairs economists. Okay, we covered off the sales data and continued demand going forward. So let's shift gears to the topic of available properties on the market to buy. It has been a hope of many to see the influx of new properties to come into the market to ease the tight conditions and help buyers hoping to get in. So, did it finally happen? Well, the short answer is yes and no. Yes, in a way that we have been already doing that exact thing, listing homes at a near record numbers. We listed just under 4,000 homes in June. That is a pace of about 133 homes per day, which is really serving the supply properties to about 104 sales per day pace we achieved last month. The last 3 years of listings at this time of a year show that we are putting a record number of properties on the market. And I really don't think we can expect much more than this pace we are seeing right now. We are also getting help from a new construction as well. According to the recent number released by Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, more known as CMHC, monthly home starts dropped 23% nationally between April and May, while in Calgary, numbers are on the rise. In Alberta, there has been 36% increase in new construction. Calgary continues to be busy with 2,078 housing starts in May of this year, comparing to only 1,769 in the May last year. That is a 17% rise year over year. What it means is that Alberta is actually doing pretty well overall, said a senior specialist of market analysis at CMHC. So, yes, as you can see. But why no? Well, no, if you are a buyer because you would love to see a little bit more options to buy and ability to take a little bit more time into your decision making. Those days simply are not options for the home buyers right now. So let me give you one real life example. Currently, I'm working with my top 5 buyer clients, and we've been writing the offers and offer after offer Some of them are just simply not comfortable going all in with no conditions, and unfortunately they are losing in a bidding wars against unconditional offers. So here is one great example from just last weekend. So clients were interested to purchase a duplex in Auburn Bay listed for $425. It was sold 3 days later without conditions for $488. That is a 15% higher than a list price. There were more than 10 offers, so it is just showing you how competitive and tight this market is. So currently, despite what I've just mentioned about the pace of new listings, we nevertheless sit on an all-time low number of homes to buy in Calgary with only 3,474. This does vary across property types. Where the demand is highest, the new inventory is coming on the fastest. So, for example, the apartment market saw 48% jump in total sales and saw 12% increase in new listings over the same period in 2022. On the flip side, the detached segment, the most expensive market, sales were up 3% over 2022, but new listings lagged by 10% in relation to the last year. Again, our population is young and made up of a great deal of new people who are just settling here, and we have had the lowest percentage of people of 65 and older in the nation. So I don't think we can expect a big bump in a detached inventory to come to the market any faster than it already is. Currently, because of the high demand coupled with the supply situation I just mentioned, our market is very tight and moving very fast. You really see it came together in the most recent days on the market. Well, another example, I listed a gorgeous one-bedroom apartment in community of Copperfield in the southeast. We listed Thursday night. On a Friday it was sold. In January, a listed property spent an average of 42 days on the market before selling. In February it was 33, in March 27, in April and May 24, and now in June we are as low as 22 days on the market. And this is not likely to change much. As you can expect, the number of new listings to start is going to decline from now all the way to December, as we now pass the peak selling season in Calgary. And if I'm right about the wave of buyer demand continuing, it's a push when it happens during the time when the new listings start to reduce on the resale side, and probably some of the builders too. Our ultra tight seller's market condition will remain throughout the rest of 2023. So in essence, don't expect the market to get any looser anytime soon, even with the latest Bank of Canada lending rate rise, and even with the plan another one in the late summer or fall. Calgary recent gain have done little to close the affordability gap that remains among Canada's major metropolitan cities. So listen this now, because it is really mind-blowing information. The latest numbers show mortgage payments as a percentage of an income, and listen to this now, to be 83% in Toronto and 95% in Vancouver. Imagine that 83% or 95% of your paycheck goes to your mortgage payments. Well, in Calgary, that is less than half of that. It is 41%. So Alberta is not the answer for everyone, but it is answer for many. Okay, let's talk a bit about how all this has impacted housing prices in Calgary and the region. So it's fair that all that I have said in this market update, you would expect the positive price growth to happen in our market, and it has been all year. And that's exactly what happened. Our average residential price has now increased to $564,700. That is a new record high, and an increase of 4.4% year over year, and an increase of $7,000 from just last month. We saw 6% year over year price growth in a detached market, with now sitting at $685, a $60,000 increase from January alone. So $60,000 in 6 months. That's an average of $10,000 a month increase. Apartments were up just under 12% year over year and sit over $300,000 for the first time ever, and up $30,000 since January. Semi-detached are up 6% to $613K, an up of $40,000 from January. And finally, raw homes are up 11% year over year to just around 400K, and that is up for 45,000 since the beginning of the year. These increases are happening all across the city, but they are the highest in the area that are the most affordable, like Northeast and East Quadrant, where people are flocking to get what they want within the budget they can afford. And it's also happening around the city as well. Again, I always said that exactly supply and demand numbers are different everywhere, so be sure to connect with me to get the right advice for your situation before you make decision to buy or sell. So we are finishing up this market update, and we are finishing up the first half of 2023. The greater Calgary real estate market remains in a seller's market condition. Home prices are on the rise, new constructions in a full swing, and there is no end of a buyers in sight. This is not a trend, this is our deepest rooted reality, and it will be the case in our region for years and years to come, regardless of oil price swings, regardless of political moves made the government in Ottawa, and at this point almost regardless of anything shy of a global event that affect the entire planet. Those that bet against Alberta are, in my opinion, betting wrong. Thank you so much, have a great summer, and I'm looking forward to talking to you soon again.